Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome to Foreman, North Dakota, the site of tonight's Division B District 1 girls basketball contest between the visiting Oaks Tornadoes and the Sargent County Bulldogs. We'll step aside and we'll be right back with pregame coverage you're watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability. Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgroPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells West-bred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Want to welcome you into our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank and big time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Here in the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth for you this evening, I will be joined by my cameraman Jackson Christensen. I am Nick Furch, and we've got an exciting District 1 contest here this evening as the 5-5 Oaks Tornadoes are coming into town to take on the 2-6 Sargent County Bulldogs. Let's take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. Those Tornadoes, like I mentioned, they're coming in 5-5 overall on the season. They are coming into today's game off of a loss their last time out, playing the Hankinson Pirates on Tuesday. That loss snapped what had been a 3-game winning streak. So for the Tornadoes, that loss against Hankinson was their first district game, so first loss 0-1 in the district. As for the Sargent County Bulldogs, 2-6 overall on the season. They are in the midst of a 5-game losing skin. They were defeated by the number 2 ranked team in the state of North Dakota, the Lemoore Litchfield Marion Lobos, their last time out. They have had quite a gauntlet. We'll cover that here in just a moment. Before the Oaks Tornadoes, one of the areas that we're going to be seeing here for head coach Sean Couragean and his team is they have quite a bit of experience returning for the Tornadoes on the floor. Seniors Emily Rosendahl and Lexi Harris, 2 guards that have had plenty of basketball experience. They're going to be leading the way here for the Tornadoes, but also some players like Mallory Harris and Sway Jackson, some more upperclassmen who have had plenty of basketball experience for head coach Couragean. That's going to be something to definitely keep an eye on as we go here, is how are they going to be able to use some of that upperclassmen leadership, especially because as we get going here, we're going to see quite a few underclassmen that are going to be seeing the floor. So definitely a pretty top-heavy mix in the starting lineup, but much of that bench is young, and that's the same thing that we can say for the Sargent County Bulldogs. They're going to have a little bit of a shakeup here this evening, adding the sophomore forward Tegan Olson and freshman forward Allison Yago to the starting lineup here for this evening for their first district game of the season. For Sargent County, first district game, but game number 9. They had quite a stretch here in this last week and a half of basketball, playing the Hatton Northwood Thunder last Tuesday. At the time, the Thunder were receiving votes in the state poll. This most recent poll, they are tied for 5th with the Maple River Raiders. So they played just previously the unranked but now ranked number 5 team in the state. Then they went on to take on a 4-wins Minnewacan team who was receiving votes in the most recent Class A poll. And then after that went on, played number 1 and number 2. So talking to head coach Randy Searstead prior to this one, he said that it's been quite a gauntlet for his team to go through, and that 2-6 overall record may be a bit misleading. We'll have a good chance to see if that's the case here tonight in district game number 1, hoping that the tough non-district, non-region schedule is going to set them up for what has been a pretty tough District 1 in most recent years for Sargent County. Been in the championship game in the last 2 seasons, winning it 2 years ago and falling to Maple River just last year. So for Sargent County, hoping that district game number 1 is going to be an opportunity to stay up near the top of a very competitive district. And as for the Oaks Tornadoes, as we mentioned, a lot of experience, a lot of upper class here in that starting lineup. We'll see what the bench looks like for head coach Sean Couragean here throughout the evening, and just see exactly which team between the Bulldogs Tornadoes, which one is going to have a stronger bench and which one is going to have the ability to play deeper into their bench and have that confidence throughout the evening. So that will be one of the keys to watch here is the youth for both of these teams, but also that upperclassman leadership in the starting rotation. We'll see how both of these teams fare in that aspect. With that, that'll do it for our pre-game coverage. We will step aside and we'll be right back with the starting lineups here from the Sargent Central Activity Center. You are watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live. The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Data shows that half of the pills seized off the street by law enforcement contain a lethal dose of fentanyl. You never know when you might find yourself in the middle of an emergency. Why not be the reason a life can be saved? Narcan provides a safe and easy way to reverse the effects of an opioid in just minutes. You can pick up your Narcan today for free at your local public health office.
This message is brought to you by your local public health unit.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. a place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Now let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Oaks Tornadoes. Take a look at the senior guard standing 5'7", number 3, Emily Rosendahl. Next up, we've got senior guard standing 5'3", number 4, Lexi Harris. The 5'6", junior guard, number 21, Mallory Harris. In the front court for the Tornadoes, 5'7", junior, number 22, Sway Jackson. And to round off the starting lineup for head coach Sean Couragean is a 5'11", sophomore forward center combo, number 34, Aaliyah Freed. Next up, we'll take a look at the starters for the home team, the Sargent County Bulldogs. We're going to be starting off with the sophomore guard, standing 5'7", number 3, Mallory Bogart. Next up is a 5'8", freshman forward, number 12, Allison Yago. A senior forward, standing 5'9", number 22, Carly Kadoon. A 5'10", sophomore forward, number 25, Tegan Olson. And the 6'2", junior center, number 40, Anand Dang.
And starting at center for the Bulldogs, junior, number 40, Anand Dang.
So a couple of changes in the starting lineup for head coach Randy Searstead, Allison Yago, and Tegan Olson getting the starting nod here this evening. We'll see how those two underclassmen perform along with senior Carly Kadoon, sophomore Mallory Bogart, and junior Anand Dang in the starting lineup. Well, just about to get underway here from the Sargent Central Activity Center. As it looks like Aaliyah Freed is going to be set to tip it up for the Tornadoes as well as Anand Dang. And the Bulldogs will start with the possession as Yago gets it to Kadoon. Kadoon loses it, diving for the loose ball. Able to maintain it is Bogart. Gets it to Olson. First shot from Olson, no good. Rebound for the Tornadoes. Near side, this is Mallory Harris. Gets it now to Lexi Harris. Lexi, her dribble drive, gets it down to a cutting Sway Jackson. Three-point shot from the corner, off the mark. Kadoon gets the board. Rosendahl with the three-pointer. This is ahead to Dang. Dang, unable to secure the lead pass. I mean, that's one of those looks if you are Kadoon. That's what you want to find. Get that ahead to your streaking center going down the floor. And looks like we got a full court press being played here by Sargent County to get started. Maybe a 1-2-1-1. Able to break it easy are the Tornadoes. Freed gets it down. This is Jackson. Jackson out to Freed. Freed's jumper off the mark. Kadoon comes down with another quick board. Up ahead, this is Bogart. Bogart, her drive. Good defense played there in transition by Lexi Harris. And Anand Dang going to get the scoring started here early for the Bulldogs. Just over a minute gone. As Dang will get the scoring started for the Bulldogs. Tornadoes had a couple of good looks, still trying to get one to fall. Harris to Freed, her mid-range jumper. That's going to fall. First points here in this one belong to the sophomore, Aaliyah Freed. Tied up here, a minute and a half gone in quarter number one. Dribble handoff to Bogart, back to Yago. Kadoon going to need to get out of the lane. She does. Olson, top of the key, has it in the elbow. This is now Bogart. She's going to take the three, too long, but offensive board by Olson. Olson gets it back to Bogart. New shot clock, so plenty of time here for Sargent County. Down low, this is Kadoon. Kadoon likes to turn over that right shoulder and deflect it out of play. Last touch by Bogart. So Tornado is going to take possession off the turnover. About 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 1. And made basket there. I believe that was Leah Free. Yago to Kadoon. Good backside find there to Olsen as she gets her first points. Good look there by Kadoon, able to find Olsen. Now she gets the steal, tries to turn it into a fast break scoring opportunity, but instead she's going to go to the line now, looking to shoot a pair of free throws, our first free throws of this evening. So foul is going to be called on Lexi Harris, her first, team's first. And the first free throw for Carly Kadoon up and good. So Sargent County with the 1 point advantage as the junior Caitlin Wangler coming in, as Allison Yago will take a seat. Second free throw upcoming here for Kadoon, and she's able to get that one to go. And we're going to have another substitution as Claire Wessler comes in for Olsen. Freed gets it just right back to, I believe that was Emily Rosendahl. Couldn't quite see the number from here. My apologies. As that one deflects out of bounds, goes for the Tornadoes. So baseline out of bounds play for Tornadoes upcoming. Looks to be a 2-3 zone being played by the Bulldogs on that baseline out of bounds play. Good defense there by Kadoon, able to wall up. And Wangler comes away with it, gets it to Bogart. Bogart working on Harris. Bogart all the way to the rack, stops, kicks it back out to Wessler. Kadoon, good spin, tries to, I think she was trying to find Dang, but loses that one off of a defender. And she's going to be the last one to touch it. So Tornadoes with the possession, able to break the press. Harris has it now. Good trap there by Wessler and Kadoon, and we're going to have a carry called on Lexi Harris. So a turnover for the Tornadoes. Bogart looking to break the press. Good defense played here by Harris. Good hezzy by Bogart. Mid-range pull-up jumper, a little bit strong. Offensive rebound by Wangler. Wangler and gets it out to Bogart. Bogart swings to Wessler. Wessler's mid-range jumper does not fall, but Anand Dang able to score off the offensive rebound. And having a 6'2 player like Dang is exactly what you want on those offensive rebound opportunities. As that's stolen by Wangler, ahead to Kadoon. Her three-point jumper off the mark. Rebound by Lexi Harris. Gets it now to Mallory Harris. And Emily Rosendahl bringing it up for the Tornadoes about halfway through quarter number 1, just under 4 minutes remaining. Mallory Harris, her drive, tries to get it to Freed and Dang were kind of falling over one another. Good job by Jackson, able to get to it. Offensive rebound by Mallory Harris. Three-point shot from Rosendahl, and that's going to be left short. And unable to get to it is Harris. Substitution here as Lucy Marr checks in for the Bulldogs. Marr, the sophomore. Up ahead, this is Bogart. Bogart stops, tries to find a cutting Wangler, and I think they said last touch by Mallory Harris, so possession will stay with Sargent County. Going to have our first substitution here for the Tornadoes as the sophomore guard, Jillian Miller, is going to check in. Bogart gets it to Kadoon. Kadoon on the opposite block, no good. Gets her own miss and able to get that one to fall. 10-4 Bulldogs lead here, just about 3 minutes remaining. Down low to Freed, no good. Wessler fighting for the board with Jillian Miller. We're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Tornadoes. Just over 3 remaining here in quarter number 1. Looking for the inbound. This is Harris in the corner. Harris with the floater off glass, no good. Trying to get her own miss. Good board there by Lucy Marr. Marr, now this is Wangler. Down to Marr. Marr dribble drive. I think she was trying to pass that one off to Wessler. She's going to be fouled, and it'll be an inbound for the Bulldogs underneath their basket. Foul called on Aaliyah Freed. Kadoon, Wangler to Bogart. Bogart thought about the 3. Said going to drive, stops, steps through, and scoops that layup in. Good job there by Mallory Bogart. As lead now up to 8 for Sargent County. All the way to the rack is Jillian Miller. She gets the first points from someone other than Aaliyah Freed. And with that, we are going to have a timeout called on the floor by the Tornadoes. Just a quick 30-second timeout. So now is a great opportunity to take a look at our sponsor for timeouts. Our timeouts are brought to you by Bank North. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. See what value-based banking can do for you. Visit banknorth.bank today. So Sargent County with the 12-6 lead here on this Bank North timeout. About 2.5 remaining here in quarter number 1. The Bogart gets it to Kadoon, as Kadoon will bring it up the floor here for Sargent County. Yago back to Kadoon. This is Bogart. Bogart gets it back to Kadoon. Top of the key. Her 3-point jumper is up and good. 7 points for Kadoon. Harris to Miller. Miller's shot rattles around the rim. No good. Fighting for the board. And we're going to have, I believe, possession. Yes, they're going to say it was last touched by the Tornadoes. So possession will favor Sargent County. Just over 2 minutes remaining. Looks to be a 2-3 zone being played by the Tornadoes. Kadoon, corner 3 off the mark. Gets the offensive board is Olsen. Back to Bogart. Olsen down low, unable to handle it. Aaliyah Freed comes away with the loose ball, and she gets fouled. And Olsen is going to be the guilty party. So that foul on Olsen is also the first team foul for Sargent County in our opening frame. And this is Freed trying to quick get it to to Mallory Harris. Her shot off the mark. So Yago looking for somebody here as Oaks falls into that 2-3. Bogart had it in the short corner to the elbow. Bogart now with the 3-point jumper gets that one to go. A second triple of the game for Sargent County. They now lead by double digits. Harris to Harris. Mallory Harris dribble pull up no good. And we're going to have a foul called on the floor. I believe they might call this one then on Yago. No, they will call it on Olsen. I thought maybe Yago was the guilty party on the push, but instead it's going to be Olsen's second as Nong Dang will come back in. And good hands there by Bogart, able to keep it. I think it may be deflected off of the official and stayed in play. That is still a live basketball as Mars mid-range shot no good. And Freed comes down with the board. So nothing of the turnover for the Tornadoes. Well, 17 seconds there between shot clock and game clock. This is Freed guarded by Dang, trying to get it down low to Miller. unable to do so. So shot clock turned off. Sargent County can settle for the final shot if they'd like. Cadoon is going to step into the three, and she gets that one to go. Carly Cadoon now with double figures. She has 10. Bulldogs lead by 15. Up ahead, maybe deflected by Cadoon, able to maintain possession are the Tornadoes. Lexi Harris needs to get the shot off, gets it to Miller. Miller gets that one to go. And that'll do it through 1 quarter of play as the Bulldogs able to put on a huge scoring performance. They lead 21-8 over the Tornadoes. We'll be right back with the second quarter. You are watching on yourliveevent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
21-8 our score here through 1 quarter of play. Carly Cadoon leads all scorers. She has 10, Mallory Bogart with 5, Anong Dang with 4, and Tegan Olson able to add a basket for the Bulldogs. Aaliyah Freed and Jillian Miller each with 4 points. Aaliyah Freed the first 4, Jillian Miller the last 4 for the Tornadoes. So through 1 quarter of play, the defensive pressure from Sargent County has created some good looks, not necessarily capitalizing on all of them, but at least creating some good looks. As for the Tornadoes, they've had a couple of shots at the basket, but just got to take care of the ball a little bit more. That'll hopefully lend itself to some better looking shots deeper in the shot clock. Wessler in the corner, gets it to Cadoon. Cadoon turnaround, gets that one to go. Cadoon now with 12. Rosendahl gets it now to Harris. Harris and Dang's going to come away with the ball off the deflection. I think it was maybe Wangler who first got a tip. Cadoon looks like she was trying to get it to Wangler, flashing to the middle of the floor. Cadoon going to cast another three and gets that one to go. Carly Cadoon feeling it from deep. That's her third triple here of the first half. Sargent County now with an 18-point advantage. Good drive there by Miller. Her left-hand shot no good. Bogart guarded by Jackson, able to advance it up the floor. Gets it to Dang. Dang gets that one to go. Dang now with 6. And just like that, Sargent County with a 20-point advantage, just over a minute gone in quarter number 2. That's going to draw a timeout brought to you by Bank North, and we'll take time with them as Sargent County leads 28, Tornadoes 8.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sargent County leading here by 20 over the Tornadoes. Starting the second quarter off on a 7-0 scoring run. As Cadoon with 5, Dang with 2 here in that second quarter. So Cadoon playing with, or just scoring 15 points already here in the first half. So staying in that full court pressure, maybe a little more of a 1-2-2. It might transition to a 1-2-1-1. As that's going to be off of, I believe, Wangler's foot. Harris bringing it up the floor. Gets it now to Mallory Harris. Back to Lexi. Mallory now with the ball. Steps into the three-point jumper off the mark. Good rebounding position by Freed, and we're going to have a jump ball called as the Tornadoes have the advantage there on the possession arrow. Good offensive rebound positioning for Freed, just unable to get that one to go. Baseline dribble drive for Rosendahl off the mark. Weak side rebound there by Wessler. Oh, Wangler now bringing it up the floor, gets it to Kadoon. Kadoon with 3 threes here in the first half of play. Bogart also able to add one. Wangler, her dribble drive, gets it to Wessler. Back to Wangler, swings it up top. This is Bogart. Kadoon back to Bogart, lines up the 3. That's off the mark. As Mallory Harris comes down with the board, we're going to have a foul underneath the hoop on Anang Dang. A foul on Dang's going to be her first. As Wangler, Wessler take a seat. Iago Marr checking back in for the Bulldogs. So a little bit of a more relaxed look on this zone press coverage. Freed to Mallory Harris. And trying to get it to Freed, hoping that she would cut back door or cut down to the block. Does not. Easy steal for Sargent County. Kadoon, double team, fadeaway jumper off the mark, off front iron there. As Lexi Harris bringing the ball quickly up the floor for the Tornadoes. Still looking for their first points of quarter number 2 as that shot from Sway Jackson is off the mark. Iago with the board. Back to a man-to-man defense for the Tornadoes. Started in that 2-3 for the quarter. Bogart thought about the 3, gets it back to Iago. 15 remaining on the shot clock. Kadoon now with the basketball, guarded by Rosendahl. Gets a screen from Dang, out to Bogart. Under 10 on the clock. Marr left alone, no good. Fighting for the board is Dang, unable to get the putback opportunity to go. Sway Jackson comes down with the rebound as Mallory Harris now bringing it up the floor. This is Jackson. Back to Mallory. Harris dribble drive, kicks out to Lexi Harris. As that shot from Freed finally breaks the scoreless drought to start the quarter. Well, Bulldogs starting off hot. First minute, 7-0, nothing here in the last about 3 minutes of play. Bogart drives with that left hand, and we're going to have a blocking foul before the shot is put up. So Sargent County will inbound the basketball, and foul is going to be called on Emily Rosendahl. And we're going to have a timeout called. Excuse me, no, the foul was called on Aaliyah Freed. So Freed with her second, team's first. Going to have a timeout called here. This timeout brought to you by Bank North. To see what value-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Sargent County with the 28-10 advantage. Largest lead was 28-8, so 20-point advantage. Hoping to build on that here the second half of our second quarter. Tornadoes doing a better job closing out, making shots difficult for the Bulldogs. Iago looking to get an inbound, gets it into Dang, and we're going to have a foul called on the most recent substitution for the Tornadoes. Number 32, Miranda Quezada. So foul on Quezada is going to be her first, team's second first free throw there from Dang, up and no good. Second free throw for Dang, rattles out the rim, no good. Marr gets the offensive rebound, but unable to get the putback shot to go. Tornadoes looking to push, getting ahead now. This is Jackson. Quezada passes it back out to Jackson, and Jackson gets caught underneath the rim, unable to find an outlet pass. Going to be a turnover as Iago bringing it up the floor, poked out of bounds by Mallory Harris. as Jillian Miller going to check back into the game, as well as Aaliyah Freed. And those are the two scorers for the Tornadoes here through 1.5 quarters of play. 3:55 remaining on our scoreboard. Bogart gets a screen from Dang, and we're going to have a moving screen called on Dang. As Bogart just didn't let Dang get set. Now she's picking up her second foul, team's second in the second quarter. Well, offense for Sargent County has slowed down. Defense still playing very well, as that three-point jumper is good. Donna Quezada, the one to get that one to go. She just recently checked in for the Tornadoes. So Sargent County scored the first 7. The Tornadoes scored the last 5, and that's going to be a turnover for the Bulldogs. As we're going to have a couple of substitutions here as Emily Rosendahl checks back in for Oaks. Caitlin Wengler back in for the Bulldogs. Freed, the one taking a seat. Well, 28-13 our score here. Tornadoes looking to trim the deficit more and more here. That turnover is not going to help, as we're going to have a foul called, as Rosendahl got a hand on the arm of Wengler. That's going to be the first foul for Rosendahl here this evening. Third team foul in quarter number 2. Wengler bringing it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Scoreless over about the last 4 minutes of game time. Bogart. Dribble drive. Trying to find somebody. Tries to get it to a cutting Kadoon, but somehow Marr comes away with it. Dang with the offensive rebound. This is Bogart. She lines up the 3, unable to get that one to go, and we're going to have a loose ball foul, and it's going to be called on number 30, Lucy Marr. So about a little more than 4 minutes since Sargent County has scored their last bucket. As Rosendahl gets it to Miller. Quezada now up to Harris. Rosendahl. And the drive by Miller. Kicks it out to Donna Quezada. Swings to Harris, and we're going to have a reach called on Mallory Bogart. That's going to be the 4th team foul for the Bulldogs, so no more to give unless they want to give the Tornadoes some bonus opportunities. That foul on Bogart's going to be her first. Dang's going to take a seat. Tegan Olson back into the game for Coach Searstead. Inbounds, this is Quezada. Quezada's floater off the mark. Marr comes down with the board. And Kadoon will bring it up the floor here. Just about 2 minutes remaining in our first half of play. Good defense there by Quezada, as Kadoon had some issues getting the ball across the floor. And we're going to have a 10-second violation. As good defense there by Quezada. Kadoon unable to regain possession of the basketball before that 10-second violation. Good quick movement. That one just over the head of Bogart. 3-pointer from Rosendahl off the mark. Donna Quezada gets the offensive board. Harris down low, fine. This is Miller, no good on the left-hand attempt. Good rebound by Wengler, gets it ahead to Bogart. Bogart being played. Good defense by Lexi Harris, and we're going to have a foul called. I believe that's going to be called on Lexi Harris. So Mallory Harris checking back into the game. Jillian Miller will take a seat. That foul on Alexi Harris is her second, team's 4th. So neither team with any fouls to give. Next foul will put the opposing team in bonus. Olsen tried to quick swing it to Bogart, and I think we're going to have another moving screen off ball on Lucy Marr this time, as Claire Wessler checks into the game. Tegan Olsen going to take a seat. Minute and a half remaining after a quick scoring or a high scoring first quarter score for the Bulldogs. They have been ice cold here the last 5.5 minutes of play as that pass is thrown out of bounds. Lucy Marr is going to take a seat. Yago back in for the Bulldogs. Wengler guarded by Mallory Harris. Yago, her left-hand dribble drive, turns, kicks out to Bogart. Bogart thought about the three, made one in the first quarter, nothing since. Yago up to Bogart. Now Bogart will line up the three. This one off the mark. Rebound by Rosendahl. Under a minute to go. Up ahead, this is Quezada. Fighting for it is Miller. Good shot fake by Harris. Ball poked out, I believe, by Wessler. She gets it ahead now to Yago. Yago to Wengler. Wengler to Bogart. Now Yago, her mid-range jumper off the mark. And Claire Wessler was standing there alone for an offensive rebound, but ball ricochets off to Rosendahl. AZ drive by Miller, and unable to get that one to go is Jillian Miller. I think that was Bogart playing some recovery help side defense. Thought maybe she stepped over late. No call for Miller. Shot clock turned off. Bogart gets it now to Kadoon. Just about 10 seconds remaining, just over. Wengler to Bogart. 10 seconds now under. Bogart, three-point jumper off the mark. Wessler fighting for the board, but it's Miranda Quezada who comes down with it. Donna Quezada throws it ahead, and that'll do it through our first half of play as Sargent County started off 28-8, but the Tornadoes close the second quarter on a 5-0 scoring advantage to get us to this 28-13 margin we have going into halftime. We will step aside and we'll take a break. We'll be right back with our Farmers Union David Bergman Agency halftime show. 28-13 Bulldogs lead over the Tornadoes. You're watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, we're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join us on a Montreal, Quebec City, and the Canadian Maritimes tour July 30th to August 9th. Experience picturesque small towns, as well as the historic cities along the Atlantic coast, as we use roads and rails on this Canadian adventure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to request a brochure, to watch a travel show, and to book this tour.
Teens are faced with tough decisions all the time, and parents aren't always there when it happens. But that doesn't mean they can't influence their kids to make the right choice, because making that right choice is easier when the wrong one isn't an option. When your teen faces peer pressure, what you give them access to can make all the difference. This message is brought to you by your local public health unit.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
The Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education success for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District. Today's game is brought to you in part by Rasmussen Farms, Tyler, Tanya, and Scotland Maher, and Brandon and Brianna Hansen family.
We'll welcome you back into our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Looking at the score here from the Sargent Central Activity Center, the Bulldogs lead over the Tornadoes 28-13. Let's get started with our Farmers Union David Bergman Agency halftime show. Farmers Union David Bergman Agency is your headquarters for home, auto, life, farm, and ranch business, crop, and health insurance. For more information, call 701-724-6252. Looking at our first half from this one, the leading scorer for both teams is the senior guard or senior forward for the Bulldogs, Carly Cadoon. She has 15 points, including 3 made threes, as she is the only scorer in double figures from either team. Mallory Bogart, Anand Dang, second leading scorer. She has 6. Mallory Bogart with 5. She was able to get a 3-pointer back in the first quarter. And Tegan Olson with a made basket back in the first quarter as well. Makes up the scoring for the Bulldogs. As for the Tornadoes, they're being led in scoring by the sophomore center, number 34, Aaliyah Freed. She has 6. Jillian Miller has 4. And Donna Quezada is able to hit a 3 in that second quarter to make up the scoring for the Tornadoes. 21-8 was the score at the end of our first quarter, and the Bulldogs got off to a fast start. About the first minute and change, they went on a quick 7-0 scoring run. Cadoon with 5 of those 7. Dang was able to add a bucket as well. And really, since then, just about the last 7 minutes of play, just unable to really get anything going from the offensive side of the floor for Sargent County. They had plenty of shooting opportunities. Bogart and Cadoon each had a fair share of 3-point opportunities that just did not fall, as well as some looks for Dang and Mar down low that just were unable to go. And for the Tornadoes, they were kind of on the opposite side. They started the quarter slow and kind of, started to pick it up there in the middle stages. They scored those 5 points pretty fast and furious for Freed and Quezada, but since then still struggling to get anything to go, but starting to get more looks at the basket, more high-quality looks at the basket compared to what they had in that first quarter of play. We'll step aside and we'll be right back on our Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency halftime show here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at YourLiveEvent.com.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
Here on our Farmers Union Insurance Dave Bergman Agency halftime show, let's take a look at some scores going on around the area for high school hoops. First, let's take a look at a contest for District 1 girls basketball as the Weiner Lidgewood Warbirds currently lead 28-16 over the Hankinson Pirates. Tornadoes lost to the Pirates on Tuesday, so Pirates just looking to keep it going here in their start of their district play. As for the rest of District 1, the Richland Colts are taking on Allendale Cardinals. No scoring updates from that. That's really the only other action going on for a District 1 team. A Region 1 contest, Napoleon Gackle Streeter, Linton HMB are playing out in Napoleon. No scoring updates there. Looking over at the boys' side of District 1, Barnes County North able to defeat the Enderlin Eagles. That game played up in Barnes County North. Otherwise, the Barnes County tournament going on up at Valley City State. As really the only game from that's gone final, 68-44. Mayport CG defeated Lemoore Litchfield Marion. Do you know why Muir was playing Valley City? I have not seen a scoring update from that. As well as this Oaks Tornadoes team on the boys' side is playing up at Lisbon. I believe that game is also being streamed on your live event. So any Tornadoes fans that taking a break from this one want to check out that contest, feel free. Just head over to your live event, find it there. Should be Brent Dick on the call. As we finish up and start to wrap up our halftime show here, brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance, David Bergman Agency. A couple things to look ahead to for this second half for the Tornadoes. Got to keep trying to drive the basketball, getting it to the interior of this Bulldogs defense. That's kind of been an area that this evening they have not done too well. Usually when you have a 6'2" force like Anang Dang down low, it makes it very difficult for teams to drive the basketball. But for the Bulldogs, for the Tornadoes, plenty of opportunities in that first half, especially in the second quarter down low. Got to continue to try and drive the basketball and get it down low. As for the Bulldogs, they got to just keep taking some of these open shots. After a while, they're going to fall. I mean, it's not too often that a 7-0 or a 7-minute scoring drought goes on much longer than that. So for Coach Searstead, hoping that his team can start off hot as they did in the second quarter, but keep it going throughout this second half. That'll do it for our Farmers Union Insurance halftime show, brought to you by David Bergman Agency. So 28-8, the largest margin. Tornadoes with the last 5 points. And Sargent County will start with possession here in the second half. They're going to start the same way they started this contest. Bogart, Yago, Olsen, Kadoon, and Dang. And for the Tornadoes, Rosendahl, Lexi Harris, Mallory Harris, Soy Jackson, and Aaliyah Freed. So Olsen gets it now to Yago. Bogart, her left-hand drive, another little hesitation. Good defense play there by Lexi Harris. Kadoon, guarded by Rosendahl, turns, loses the basketball, regathers, and I think we're going to have a foul call. Thought maybe it was going to be a double dribble, but foul called on Emily Rosendahl. Going to be 2 free throws for Kadoon, 2 for 2 back in the first quarter. As first free throw here in the second half, up and no good. And empty on that trip is Kadoon. We're going to have a foul called here on Olsen. So Olsen now with 3 fouls. That's going to be a quick substitution as Claire Wessler is going to come in for Olsen. Just able, oh no, I spoke too soon as that one's batting around. Finally able to get possession here is Lexi Harris. Rosendahl, and floats it down low to Jackson. Good job by Wessler to step in front. Bogart ahead to Wessler, and Wessler just rushes the shot. Dang, gets the offensive rebound, misses it, gets her own miss, and on the putback, she is going to be fouled by Freed. So Dang back to the line, and in Freed's defense, she was doing a good job boxing out. The unfortunate part is Dang just used that length to get possession, so that's why we have the push as Dang gets that free throw to go. Foul on Freed's going to be her third, team's second here in the third quarter. So that'll be something to watch as Dang banks that one in. First points for Sargent County in about a quarter of play as Jackson just on the other side of half court, able to get it. Cutting down low was Swade Jackson. Ball getting zipped around pretty well. Rosendahl just took one step too far. Ball batted around. Cadoon finally comes away with it. Bogart off of the loose ball brings it up the floor for the Bulldogs. Cross court, fine, good. Recovery defense there in transition by Aaliyah Freed as that ball is poked out of bounds. Possession stays here with Sargent County. Bogart looking at inbound and gets it up top now to Wessler. Yago down low to Cadoon. Cadoon tried to get it to Dang. Dang still fighting for the ball. And we're going to have a timeout called here as Dang was trapped underneath her own basket without a dribble. And head coach Randy Searstead does a good job of making a timely timeout. And that'll lead to our first Bank North timeout of the second half. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations. See what value-based banking can do for you. Visit banknorth.bank today as Sargent County leads over the Tornadoes 30-13. We'll step aside and we'll be right back on yourliveevent.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgriPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits in genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
It's going to be Sargent County basketball coming off of the timeout from the Bulldogs. As Dang with the only 2 points here in our second half. Yago gets it into Bogart. Bogart down low to Cadoon. Cadoon. And she's going to draw a foul as she tried to go to that turnaround. And she's going to be fouled by, I think it was Swade Jackson. Yes, it was Swade Jackson. That's her first, team's third. So already starting to rack up the fouls here in the third quarter. Cadoon out to Bogart. Quick swing to Yago. Wessler down to Dang. Good little shot fake there by Dang. Unable to get that one to go. Gets her own miss. Throws it out the backboard. No good. Wessler comes down with the offensive rebound. And there we're going to have a loose ball foul on Dang. Great box out there by Aaliyah Freed as Dang tried to reach over. But that's going to be a foul, her third, team's second, as Lucy Marr, the one to check in for Dang. So Dang and Olsen each with 3 fouls. Freed mid-range jumper too strong. Wessler comes down with the board. Tried to get it to Yago. Deflected out of bounds by Swade Jackson. So possession will stay here with Sargent County. And a little full court pressure being put on by the Tornadoes. They've done some just like simple man-to-man press. No real set press. And good job there by Cadoon, able to break the pressure. Yago, and she wanted to get it to Wessler, and instead she tried to put the ball down, but instead got the feet moving. That's going to be a traveling violation, turnover for the Bulldogs. Jackson and Harris just able to cross half court before receiving that pass, and she is going to bank it in off the backboard. Her first points of the contest. First points for the Tornadoes here in the second half, about 2.5 gone. Good defense being played by the Tornadoes. Mallory Harris putting pressure on Yago, deflected out of bounds. Possession stays here near side with Sargent County. Iago now to Marr. Marr working on Freed. Remember, Freed's got those 3 fouls. Cadoon, deep 3-point shot. Too strong on that. Marr poked by Mallory Harris. Lexi coming away with it. She looks to push, gets it to Rosendahl. Rosendahl swings to Mallory Harris. She lines up the 3, almost banks it in. Cadoon comes down with the rebound. 3 minutes gone here in our second half of play. Bogart ahead to Wessler. Wessler, good cross lane find, and Freed did a good job playing defense as we're going to have a jump ball between Wessler and Jackson. Possession arrow goes to Oaks. Jackson now to Rosendahl. Rosendahl working the basketball around the floor. Tried to get it to Freed, but just a little bit too strong as she tried to lead it to that right shoulder side of Freed in the lane. So Iago gets it now to Bogart. Good screen by Iago as Bogart tried to get it down low to Marr, and last touch by Marr. Good look there by Bogart. Down low on the block, just unable to maintain possession. Jackson to Harris. This is Mallory now near side. Cadoon tried to come up for the trap. Lexi Harris, her shot too strong. Offensive rebound by Mallory. This is Lexi lining up the 3, and her shot off the mark. Wessler with another board, and she tried to get in the head to Iago and throws it away. As another turnover for the Bulldogs. Those are starting to pile up here in this second half. As Jillian Miller checking back into the game. She's got 4 points for the Tornadoes, trailing here by 15. Largest lead was 20 for the Bulldogs as that shot, mid-range by Slade Jackson, no good. Freed fighting for the board with Wessler out of bounds, presumably last touched by Freed, as Caitlin Wangler coming back in. Iago will take a seat. Cadoon bringing the ball up the floor now, guarded by Jillian Miller. Good screen set by Wangler. Cadoon, mid-range pull-up jumper, left short. Wessler able to gather the miss, and she's got her first points here of the contest. She's had a couple of looks, too, as Cadoon gets the steal. Layup opportunity, too strong there as Cadoon unable to capitalize. Miller, Harris, Mallory, and almost stolen by Cadoon. Lexi Harris now tries to get it to Freed, is able to do so. Freed working on Marr. Freed, no good. A good defense played there by Lucy Marr. About 3 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Cadoon lines up a 3-point shot. Too strong, no good. Cadoon going cold from the floor after 15 quick points, including 3 triples, has been unable to hit since then. That 3 from Mallory Harris, no good. Freed fighting for the board. Ball is rolling around, possession gathered. Freed wide open on the opposite post, or excuse me, on the opposite block. And she gets the score, and that's going to lead to a timeout called here by Sargent County. And it's going to be a quick timeout. We'll take that timeout with them. Sargent County leads 32-17.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
32-17, the score here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. As Wangler gets it into Bogart, and we're going to have a foul called on the inbound on Lexi Harris. That's the team's 4th, her 3rd, so both Lexi Harris and Aaliyah Freed playing with 3 fouls. Olsen and Dang also with 3 fouls for Sargent County. And Bogart loses her footing, able to keep her dribble. As she gets it to Yago. This is Olsen on the elbow, and Wangler tried to get to it, unable to keep possession for Sargent County, as I think Olsen maybe dribbled that off of an opponent's shoe as it goes rolling out of bounds. Harris now to Rosendahl. Rosendahl to Sway Jackson. Jackson drives, swings to the corner. Lexi Harris now up top. Thought about the three, gets it now up to Rosendahl. 15 left on the shot clock. Plenty of time here for the Tornadoes to get a good look. Swings to Mallory Harris. Good block there by Olsen. Shot clock doesn't reset. Corner three from, I believe that was Rosendahl. It was, so weak side rebound for Bogart. 3-point shot from Wangler. Too strong offensive board for Olsen. She kicks it back out, back to Olsen. A little give and go action, and Bogart saying, hey, Deegan, take the shot, and she is unable to get that one to go, but that's a good look for the sophomore forward. Just got to get that one to go. Miller stops, gets it to Mallory Harris. Sway Jackson, Lexi Harris. Good shot fake. And her pull-up jumper off glass, no good. Wangler kind of turns her way into a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Sargent County as Aaliyah Freed will come in. Mallory Harris will take a seat, as well as we're going to have Aaron Rodin checking in for the Tornadoes. The freshman guard getting her first action for Coach Karajan. Olsen splits the double, gets it ahead to Wangler. Wangler trying to get it opposite block to Dang, and I think that was Rosendahl comes crashing down to the low block playing defense, and we're going to have a substitution as Bogart's going to take a seat. Cadoon in for Sargent County. Down low, this is Wangler, and Wangler unable to get that shot to go. Sway Jackson with the defensive rebound. Back to Jackson. This is Millard. Rosendahl, her drive. Freed, her mid-range jumper is good. Double digits now for Aaliyah Freed. She has 10. Leading scorer for the Tornadoes. And that shot from Yago, no good. Rodin and Yago fighting for it. And we're going to have a foul called on Aaron Rodin as Yago is going to go to the line now for a pair of free throws. So first free throw attempts for Yago, up and good on attempt number one. Lexi Harris checking back into the game for the Tornadoes. Rodin will take a seat. Second free throw from Yago, up and good. Those points from Yago are her first of the contest. Harris, Rosendahl, her three-point jumper off the mark. Dang, fighting for the board, and we're going to have a jump ball call. Possession arrow favors the Tornadoes. I think that was Jillian Miller who was tangled up with Anang drawing that jump ball. So 20 seconds remaining here on our scoreboard. Freed, blocked by Cadoon. Dang gets the rebound. So time to get a good look if you're Sargent County. As Wangler left alone, her dribble drive. She is going to go to the line now to shoot a pair of free throws. Foul called on Sway Jackson, her second. Bulldogs are in the bonus with 5.2 remaining in the third quarter. Free throw from Wangler, no good. Second free throw upcoming. And that one's off the mark, doesn't touch rim, so that's going to be a violation, and the Tornadoes will get possession here. 5 seconds remaining. Harris launches up the three-pointer, leaves it just short, and that'll do it Through 3 quarters of play, the Bulldogs lead over the Tornadoes 34-19. We'll be right back with our fourth quarter. You're watching District 1 Girls Basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
34-19 the score here as we look at the scoring here in this one through the first quarter and minute of the second quarter. Sargent County led this one 28-8. Since that point, the Bulldogs have been held to just 6 points as the Tornadoes have scored 11. So from a defensive standpoint for the Tornadoes, they're doing exactly what you need to do to try and erase a 20-point deficit. Just unable to get the shots to fall on the other end. Starting to get a couple more good looks. Leah Freed leading the way for the Tornadoes with 10 points. Kadoon, her drive, kicks out to Bogart. Once again, continuing to play good defense. Marr left alone, unable to handle the basketball. That's poked away by Sway Jackson. Lexi Harris comes away with it. Bogart tips it away as she tried to split the double, but Harris comes back down with it. Donna Quezada, her three-point shot, no good. And we're going to have last touch by Kadoon. Freed. Up top, this is Rosendahl. Rosendahl now to Jackson. And good post up there by Aaliyah Freed. She is now she now has 12 points. Lead cut down now to just 13. She did a good job sealing Dang down low. Harris doing a great job playing on-ball defense. Kadoon's turnaround jumper, no good. Dang gets the offensive board, but unable to get that one to fall. She's going to go to the line now for a pair of free throws. 2 for 4 in the contest is Dang from the charity stripe. That foul is called on Emily Rosendahl, her third, team's first. So first free throw from Dang on this trip, no good. Mallory Harris checking back in. Rosendahl taking a seat. Second free throw upcoming as looks like Freed had to clear some debris from the floor. This free throw from Dang, no good. Marr gets blocked as Freed gets the block and the rebound. So good job there by Aaliyah Freed playing defense off of the offensive rebound on the free throw. And Kadoon with a big block there on Lexi Harris. But if you're Harris, that's the aggression that you need to have, trailing by 13, drive towards the hoop. And, hey, if you can get a foul call, you get a foul called. Otherwise, if that's going to get blocked out of bounds, hey, you keep possession, you got a chance. Mallory Harris gets it now to Jackson. Lexi Harris comes away with it, trying to get it down low to Freed. Dang with the steal. Up ahead, this is Marr. Marr shot off glass, no good. Marr gets her own miss, throws that one up, and at that angle, I'm not really sure how she was able to get that one to go up and fall, but she does, and Sargent County now with 36. We got a timeout called here on the floor by the Tornadoes. This timeout brought to you by Bank North. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what value-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. So as we look ahead for both of these teams, Oaks is in the midst of a 3-game road stretch. They play their last of these 3 road games on Saturday when they travel down to take on Sisseton. They're going to be back at home on Monday to take on the number 5 ranked team in the state of North Dakota, the Maple River Raiders. It was just a quick stop at home before they head back out on the road, take on Griggs Mid-Dakota. And Luckily, the officials blew that one dead. The Tornadoes had 6 players on the floor, but luckily able to catch that before. Good tip there by Wangler, but Miller able to maintain possession. Down low, as I think that was Freed working on Yago, and we're going to have a foul called here on Donna Quezada, as that's going to be the second team foul, first on Quezada here this evening. Bulldogs lead by 15, led by as much as 20. Doing this is Bogart now, guarded by Miller. Flashing is Olsen. Olsen out to Yago. Yago tried to get it to a cutting Wangler. Good defense play there by Mallory Harris. 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Bogart looking to inbound it. Tried to get it to Kadoon. Deflected out of play. Bogart gets it to Kadoon. Kadoon mid-range jumper, and I think they call that a wedgie as that one stuck up there, and we'll see who wants to take a jump at it, which player, which official on the floor, which coach. I think Coach Couragean, I think he can contribute, and instead of trying to jump up there, he's just going to get it to an official, get an extra basketball, and no, we've got an extra wedgie, and take number 2, no good. Take number 3 is what does it, and the crowd goes wild. So on that counts as a jump ball, so possession arrow favors the Tornado, so we should have a shot clock reset, and as of right now, yes, we now have that covered. So Tornadoes basketball trailing here by 15. Jackson to Miller, down low to Freed. Freed, good quick turn, but good play there by Olsen, walling up and making it difficult on that shot. Bogart, far side, down low, this is Olsen. Olsen left alone. She gets her second basket to go. 4 points now for Tegan Olsen. Good find there by Bogart on the post entry pass. Stolen by Wangler. Wangler back to Bogart, back to Wangler. Her mid-range jumper too strong. Yago there for the offensive rebound. Bogart, her dribble drive, tries to scoop one in and is able to do so. Bogart with her first points since back in the first quarter, and just like that, lead up to 19 for Sargent County. About 5 minutes remaining in our final quarter of play. Almost stolen by Kadoon. Miller, mid-range jumper off the mark. Freed going for the board. Yago able to get to it. Kadoon gets it now ahead to Bogart, number 4, Sargent County. Wangler, she shoots that one up, no good. Ball batted around, and Miller able to come away with a defensive rebound. Quezada blocked by Bogart, and that deflection goes right back to Quezada. Kadoon gets to it. Wangler, her drive off the mark. As we're going to have a timeout called here as Harris crosses half court. And we'll take time with them as the Bulldogs lead 40, Tornadoes 21.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
This time on is brought to you by Bank North. See what value-based banking can do for you. Visit banknorth.bank today. For Sargent County, they're going to be traveling to Linton on Saturday to take on the Linton HMB Lions as part of a doubleheader between the girls and boys, Bulldogs Lions teams. JV tip-off is at noon, so girls varsity tip-off should be at approximately 1:30 with the boys game to follow. And that game for Sargent County is the first of 4 straight road games, as they're not going to be back at home until January 20th when they take on the Wyoming Lidgerwood Warbirds. Freed, her mid-range jumper, too strong. Good position, though. I think that was Jillian Miller with the offensive rebound, unable to get the putback to go. As that ball is stolen by Bogart. Bogart, her drive. Good defense played there by Rosendahl in transition. Kadoon guarded by Freed. Kadoon tries to get it down low to Olsen, and Olsen able to power through as she gets her second bucket to fall in this final quarter of play. Largest lead now for the Bulldogs. First time they have had a 20-plus point advantage since 28-8 with a minute gone in quarter number 2. So a low-scoring last 2 quarters of play, but Sargent County starting to get that offensive flow back here, trying to close this one out. Wangler gets it to Olsen. Olsen back to Wangler. And Wangler down to Bogart. Bogart tried to get it to Kadoon. They're going to say last touch there by Freed. Olsen, and Olsen! 6 points now for Tegan Olsen in the quarter. 8 points overall as Miller in a crowd able to get that one to Harris. Now Rosendahl back to Miller, deflected by Bogart. Possession will stay with the Tornadoes as Miranda Quezada going to check in for Oaks. Jillian Miller taking a seat. Erin Rodin, she had checked in during that timeout here about a minute ago. Rosendahl working on Kadoon. Good job there by Wangler. Olsen comes away with the loose ball. Kadoon turns around on the jumper. No good. Good hustle there by Wangler, but it's going to be last touch by Yago. As Wangler doing a really good job, especially here in this second half, of making a lot of hustle plays, getting a lot of deflections, poking the ball loose. Doesn't have anything to show in terms of points, but her impact, especially on the defensive side, has been phenomenal here. That shot is good by Rosendahl. Emily Rosendahl with her first points of the game. As lead cut back down now to 20, as we're going to have a foul called here on Erin Rodin. And it looks like head coach Karajan is starting to turn towards his bench as quite a few freshmen on the floor now. We'll try to make sure we get all of those players listed here, as this is up to Bogart, Marr. And we're going to have a foul called on Donna Quezada. Foul on Quezada is her second, team's fourth. Bogart, guarded by Maya Sundby. Sundby, one of those players that came in during the last substitution. Yago gets that one to go. 4 points now for Yago, as Rodin gets it ahead now to Sundby. Maya Sundby to Rodin. Down low, this is Ava Reed. Sundby, Rodin back to Reed. And Reed tries to quick get it back out to Maya Sundby, but stolen by Yago. This is Bogart, her drive down low to Dang, and Dang no good on the shot. Gets her own miss, no good there, as rebound for Erin Rodin. 46-24, the advantage on the scoreboard, just about a minute and a half remaining. As that's stolen, gets it ahead, or tries to get it ahead, and I believe Claire Wessler is going to be the one who is going to shoot the free throws for the Bulldogs. As we're going to have some substitutions here. for the Bulldogs. We'll check to see who all subs in for the final minute plus of this one as Wessler gets the first free throw to fall. Leah Brewer checking in for the Tornadoes as Donna Quezada is going to take a seat. In for the Bulldogs, number 32, the 8th grader Rose Workin, number 2, 8th grader Ella Bixby, as Wessler gets her own miss. And that is, I believe, that was Rayleigh Odegaard. And I believe those are going to be the first points for Rayleigh Odegaard on the season. So that's a nice moment there. As Wessler is going to take a seat, Hallie Finkston guarding on ball. And stolen by, I think Bixby's the one who poked away. Finkston grabbed it. Leah Brewer that was. Rodine. Ball was tipped, so no backcourt violation there. Down low, that was Reed. As Finkston gets it ahead to Bixby. Bixby to Anderson. And Haley Anderson was the one who got that one, but stepped out of bounds. Rodine gets it now to Maya Sunby. On 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Bixby pokes it away. Tries to go behind the back. Is Rodine able to gather the basketball? Gets it now. This is Brewer, and Brewer tried to get it to Chloe Thompson. Thompson checked in recently as well. 17 seconds remaining. As Sargent County can just dribble this one out, as they're going to be picking up win number 1 in district play here against the Tornadoes. And that will do it as Sargent County able to come away with the 49-24 victory over the Oaks Tornadoes. We'll step aside and we'll be right back with post-game coverage you're watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Data shows that half of the pills seized off the street by law enforcement contain a lethal dose of fentanyl. You never know when you might find yourself in the middle of an emergency. Why not be the reason a life can be saved? Narcan provides a safe and easy way to reverse the effects of an opioid in just minutes. You can pick up your Narcan today for free at your local public health office.
This message is brought to you by your local public health unit.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
49-24, the final score here from Sargent Central, as the Sargent County Bulldogs able to pick up a victory here and snap a 5-game losing skid. They advance to 3-6 overall on the season and pick up their first win in District 1. For the Tornadoes, they fall to 5-6 overall on the season, dropping their second straight game after going on a little 3-game winning streak. Now looking to snap that as they head out on the road on Saturday to take on Sisseton. For the Tornadoes here tonight, they were led in scoring by the sophomore center, number 34, Aaliyah Freed. She had 12 points here this evening. Jillian Miller had 4, Donna Quezada and Emily Rosendahl with 3 apiece, and Lexi Harris was able to gather a bucket for the Tornadoes. As for Sargent County, they were led in scoring tonight by senior forward number 22, Carly Cadoon. All 15 of her points came in the first half. Tegan Olson and Anang Dang each contributed 8 points. Mallory Bogart with 7, Allison Yago 4, Claire Wessler 3, Lucy Marr and Riley Odegaard each with a bucket. For Sargent County, they're going to be on the road for the first of 4 road contests on Saturday when they take on Linton HMB. A JV tip-off of noon, so about a 1:30 start time for the girls. And the boys teams will follow with an approximate 3:30 start time in this one. Now let's take a look at our Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Energy for life is at Enbridge.com. For career opportunities, our Enbridge player of the game is Carly Cadoon, finishing with 15 points and leading the Bulldogs on the defensive side of the ball. Plenty of tips, steals, and rebounds for the senior forward. As for our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game, Agassiz Precision Ag is your local precision planting dealer located in Hillsboro. Call 701-636-2119. The Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game is the defensive play of Caitlin Wangler, the junior guard coming off the bench here this evening for head coach Randy Searstead. Did a phenomenal job, especially in that second half, of getting a lot of tip passes and creating opportunities for her team on the offensive side. So our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game, the defensive play of Caitlin Wangler for Sargent County. That'll do it here from Sargent Central. Want to thank my cameraman Jackson Christensen for helping me out. Make sure you head over to yourliveevent.com for all of the action going on around the area in high school hoops and wrestling. The Bulldogs are going to have a little bit of a hiatus since they're playing on the road, so won't be able to see them on your live event for about a week and a half. So we will be back with coverage for the Warbirds, or for the Sargent County Bulldogs when they take on the Warbirds on January 20th. That'll be on your live event. So make sure you tune in, Bulldogs fans. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm Nick Furch. Enjoy the rest of your evening.